My darling child, God says that every person's path on earth is different, and that along the way, you'll face many challenges, just like the one in this film, but that in the end, you'll be blessed. Life experiences, such as happiness, sadness, love, and loss, mold each person's narrative. Each of us has unique opportunities for discovery and development. My darling, the road I've prepared for you is unique and entirely yours. Picture the enormousness of space, filled with many galaxies and stars and other cosmic marvels. Earth is only one of many little planets. But here on Little Rock, each person's experience is unique. From the moment of inhalation to the moment of exhalation, every individual, even identical twins, will have their own unique story to tell. It all starts with you. You weep, you laugh, you fall, and you grow. The most mundane things may often take your breath away when you're a kid, like the delicate dance of a butterfly's wings, the stillness of a pond's water, or the brilliance of a faraway star. As the years go by, you blossom, not just physically, but also intellectually, personally, and in the places you previously called home. Become new cities or nations, or even just workplaces or residences. As time passes, friends come and go, each leaving their mark on your heart. There may be short meetings. Some may remain forever. But you should expect difficulties. On days when it rains and storms, my darling, you may feel overwhelmed, lost, and brokenhearted. Despite their difficulty, these times are crucial because they shape who you are and fortify your resolve. Every challenge you overcome is an opportunity to grow into your full potential. The same is true. There will be days when good times filled with happiness, success, love, and satisfaction. Days when you may reflect on your struggles and be thankful for the victories. And days when you are overwhelmed by the beauty of life and feel tremendously fortunate to be alive. You may expect love to play a major role in your adventure. It might take several forms. Love in all its forms. The unwavering devotion of parents. The carefree adoration of siblings. The profound understanding of friends. And the passionate connection with a romantic partner will teach you something. Something that, as you go through life, will teach you to be strong, vulnerable, patient, and to forgive. There may be times when you feel completely alone, but know that no matter how bad things go, there is always someone else out there with you. A guiding light in the night of your despair. Faith keeps watch over you, whispering words of encouragement, even when the world around you seems to be closing in on you. Decisions will be abundant on your path, although some choices will be simple and others more complex. Every action has an outcome that determines the future. Might call for serious contemplation. Have faith in your gut. It's your spirit's way of telling you where to go and when to meet other travelers. Some of them will act as guides and instructors. Being a guiding light for those who are in need is an opportunity for you to make a difference. You should welcome these interactions with open arms, because they add vibrancy and significance to your trip. You will also be able to see the majestic mountains, serene woods, expansive seas, and stunning natural landscapes. Embrace the beauty of nature and let it inspire you to. Along your trip, you will encounter periods of contemplation when you will wonder why you are here and what your job is in this expansive cosmos, as well as the awe-inspiring wonders of life itself. As the days pass into years and the years into decades, you will discover who you are if you seize these times and seek solutions. In retrospect, you may see a memory as a thread in a tapestry of events, every thread, good and bad, is necessary for the completion of the tapestry. Therefore, my dear, as you embark on your one-of-a-kind journey, keep in mind that each and every one of life's encounters, the good, the bad, the difficult, and the joyful, is an integral part of your spiritual route. Embrace each and every one of these things, because they are what make your road special. May the blessings of God accompany you on your journey. Keep in mind that I am by your side at all times. Every day, you are led by a hand that is greater than your own. Your time here is not only for getting from point A to point B, it's also about learning to appreciate the ride. So, tread carefully, with hope, bravery, and love. Your road is exquisitely unique. God says that you, my precious child, trust and have faith. Your journey is far from over. In fact, the most exciting parts are just around the corner. Life is like a book. Every chapter reflects a different set of events that form who we are. The manuscript for your book is still being completed. My darling, the blank pages are awaiting the stories you will write about. Even if what you're doing is so basic, a scream, a giggle, it's really only the beginning of a much larger tale. Many books begin with a chapter about a child's innocent childhood, exploration and education. You learn about your environment, meet new people, and maybe face some difficulties for the first time. The foundation for the rest of your life is laid in these formative years, entering puberty in the early. The chapters here may be packed with highs and lows as the tale unfolds in maturity. You start to discover your identity and life goals via your first loves, heartbreaks, academic demands, and future aspirations. Feel free to type them in if you agree, but keep in mind that every novel has obstacles. You may feel like the whole world is pressing down on you in some parts, despite how seemingly endless the trials, sufferings, and defeats are. My darling child, keep in mind that it is just during these difficult times that our hero matures, gains wisdom, and God, who is more durable, talks softly even in the midst of storms. Have trust. Faith is fundamental to your path. Never doubt your abilities. Never doubt the universe's timing. And always remember that every event, good or terrible, is a part of your tale. When the road ahead seems muddy, it's easy to want to give up. But if you trust the process, you'll keep going, because everything happens for a reason, even if you can't see it right now. Along the way, you will also encounter parts of your path that are full of happiness, success, love, and festivities. At these points, you will come to see that the difficulties you faced were not insurmountable, but rather stepping stones on the path to greater success. The interactions you have with the many people in your tale are vital. Everyone from close friends and family to mentors and even complete strangers might make an appearance or play a pivotal role in certain chapters, as Chuan imparts wisdom that evokes new feelings and enriches your narrative. Then there are the sections that serve as transitions when significant shifts take place. It might be relocating to a different place, making a professional change, starting a family, or even just finding oneself again. These parts may evoke a wide range of emotions, including hope, anxiety, excitement, and anticipation. During times of change, God softly prompts you to have faith that better things are on the way. You can never tell what the next chapter of your life will bring, but the joy is in the unexpected turns and twists. It's in the unexpected turns of events, the thrilling journeys into unexplored realms, and the moments when plans fall through. Every situation has a lesson and a positive aspect. Remember, my child, that every day is an opportunity to write a new page, a new chapter in your life's book. As you continue to write, keep faith as your guiding light. Looking back at the chapters already written will reveal the ups and downs, victories and losses, laughter and tears. You'll also see that every moment and experience was necessary. They made your story rich, diverse, and uniquely yours. The voice of your God resounds. Keep in mind that there is a treasure trove of possibilities, obstacles, narrative twists, and highlights waiting for you on every blank page. No matter where you are right now, have faith that the most amazing chapters brimming with love, success, joy, and adventures are just around the corner. Your life's narrative, according to God, is a work of art. Embrace the adventure. Take pleasure in every step along the path, and know that the greatest is yet to come. Life is a journey, not a destination. These words serve as a gentle reminder of that. You have the pen in your hand, and the pages remain blank, eagerly awaiting your creation. This is your one-of-a-kind narrative. Therefore, welcome it with optimism, faith, and trust, because the best is yet to come. There will be easy ones. God promises you, my little child. My love remains a constant life, is a tapestry of many experiences, like the changing seasons. It gives periods of warmth, chilly growth, and serenity, while others will challenge your soul from the minute you open your eyes. These events shape you into the person you are destined to be. They form the foundation of your path. A myriad of emotions envelops you, and the world sees it. Everything is novel and exciting at first. The touch, the sound, the sight. In these carefree times, you feel the embrace of love and warmth. You start to branch out on your own as you get older. You may take clumsy steps at first, but you'll learn to stand up straight after each fall. You are being guided and protected by an unseen power, my darling. Although not every day will be joy and laughter, there is no denying the unfaltering love of God. A number of days, in times of gloom, when the road ahead seems steep and dangerous, certain obstacles may be as little as stones that are easy to jump over, while others may be as big as mountains that need fortitude and determination to overcome. In the midst of every difficulty, God speaks softly. Please know that you have support. There may be times when you doubt your value or your skills. During these trying times, you may experience moments when hope seems far away, and the world appears dark. Pray, bless me, Jesus Christ, so that I may know if my spirit is actually being tested. Nevertheless, notwithstanding any uncertainty, hopelessness, or challenge, the love of God radiates like a light. There has always been this love, and no matter what happens in life, it never fades or diminishes. Things might alter in a relationship, a friendship, a person's emotions, and even a person's life trajectory. Despite the transience of human relationships, there is an unbreakable bond, the one you have with the person, heavenly. He hears your whispers of prayer, your tears, and your sighs, and he responds with love, power, and direction. If you listen attentively, you may experience God's reassuring presence, even in the quiet times when you feel lost or alone. God promises that my love will be with you, even while you're alone. Your hardships are not tests, but opportunities for growth, and you will come to understand this as time goes on. You learn to be brave, patient, empathetic, and resilient from them. They shape you, polish you, and get you ready for what's to come in the chapters. On this path, God's love protects you from the worst storms. It gives rest when you're tired, optimism when you're discouraged, motivation when you're struggling, and fresh experiences when you're thirsty. Some days will be easy as pie, and you'll feel like you can take on the world. Whatever else life throws at you, remember that no matter how low you fall, there is always God's unfailing love. A love that never judges. Knowing what it's like to be loved by someone who waits patiently and never gives up on you. My love for you is shown in every breath, pulse, and dream, says God. My beloved child, while you traverse the complexities of life, keep this fundamental truth in mind. Difficulties will arise and disappear, regardless of your location, circumstances, or perception of God's love around you. The love that the divine has for you will never change, no matter the passing of seasons or the passage of time. You inhale dirt. It's in the air. The hopes you have and the prayers you say are the threads that hold your life together in the vast fabric of existence. The infinite love of God is like a tapestry. Every thread, color, and design has a function, and the tapestry is knit together so beautifully that it stays put. God says that no matter how good or bad things go, my love for you will never change. You can always depend on it, since it is a constant. Here you will discover the fortitude to confront each day, the optimism to aim high, and the conviction to know that nothing will ever be a disappointment. You are loved, treasured, and adored beyond measure. But God says, trust me more than a belief. It's an inside knowledge, a firm confidence that there is a divine design at work. Even when we experience trials, there will be bright days and stormy nights. As you navigate the twisting roads of life, your mood will be lifted by certain occasions. There is a power, a fundamental truth that may ground you in faith, even as other people drag you down. Determination and reliability are more than just empty promises. See it as a potent energy, embedded in your very being. It's the still little voice that cries out to you when you're going through tough circumstances, giving you the reassurance that things will work out. Okay. As a kid, trusting others was easy. You had faith in the daily rising of the sun, in the love and protection of your parents, and in the incredible wonders of the world around you. When you were a kid, your trust was innocent, simple, and unshakable. But as you got older, life brought you complications, setbacks, disappointments, and heartbreaks may have caused you to doubt trust's inherent qualities. Faith may have faltered as doubts crept in. Trust, God says, will be your compass even as you navigate the complexity of life. The bedrock of hope is trust, which is not naive. It perceives, feels, understands, knows sorrow, admits uncertainty, and still opts to believe, even when it seems like nothing is going right, and the future seemed cloudy. Know that everything you're going through is really a part of a greater, more divine plan. Have faith. Guarantees that everything is happening for a reason. Please subscribe to the channel. The good and the evil will be woven into the fabric of your life if you believe in Jesus. But God states that each thread, twist, and turn is a component of His divine plan for you. When you really trust someone, you let go of your urge to control, comprehend, and know everything. The key is to let go and trust that life's currents, no matter how powerful, are guiding you to your destiny. A slight prod, a whisper encouraging you to go on, may strike you in the stillness when the din of the outside world subsides, assuring you of His eternal presence. This is the voice of trust. God's voice of trust. God's voice. Trust impacts Every connection you build, action you take, and desire you pursue. It's the force that holds relationships together, the motor that propels aspirations, and the beacon that illuminates paths through shadows. Trusting, God says, opens the door to miracles, benefits beyond your wildest dreams, and possibilities. In the world of imagination, trust transcends rational thought. It delves into the domain of faith, the womb from which miracles and dreams are born. It connects the visible and invisible, the familiar and the unfamiliar. Not everything will be peachy. At times of trial, your faith will be most evident. But it is also the moment when you will face your greatest challenges. God stresses that faith remains unwavering, even in the midst of a storm, because it is aware that there will be a rainbow when the rain has passed. Rainbow Foreign Trust isn't static. Rather, it's dynamic, ever changing and enhanced by the encounter of new experiences, difficulties, and triumphs. There is no end point. Rather, it is a process. You are not alone. God sees everything you do. I am at your side. I have a wonderful plan for you, even if it's not always easy to see. Believe in it. Believe in me, and most of all, believe in yourself. In the end, even if you feel little, like a drop in an enormous ocean, know that your tale is only one among many. Hold on to faith, my darling. As you make your way through the lovely maze of life, every path, no matter how little, may seem to have a purpose. In the light that it illuminates, let it serve as your compass and anchor. Have faith in God's plan. Rely on the process. Have faith in the exquisite, impeccable timing of everything. Trust is the key that unlocks life's riddles. God says, welcome it, value it, and let it lead the way. Stranger trust. Maintaining a steady relationship with God will provide you contentment and direction in life. Reading these phrases brings to mind that having faith is more than simply believing. It's a strong conviction that serves as a compass, a source of strength, and evidence that there is a higher power at work, even when things seem hopeless. Every single thing in the cosmos serves a purpose, according to God. This includes the falling of leaves, the crashing of waves, and the twinkling of stars. There is a greater purpose behind every action and every occurrence. No matter how big or little, every single thing is predetermined, has a purpose. Please do not interrupt this movie. Take the smoothly falling leaf as an example, even though it's only a part of the changing seasons. This leaf had a long and important trip before it fell. It sprouted, flourished, and gave oxygen and shade to the environment that God whispers about. Your purpose is similar to that of each individual leaf. Mighty and gentle waves in the ocean are affected by more than just the motion of water. They are also affected by the moon's gravitational pull and the direction of the wind. In response to the motion of the earth, his waves sculpt shorelines that provide habitat for aquatic life and serve as a constant reminder of the awe-inspiring magnificence of the natural world. The same holds true for life. It may either propel you forward or drag you behind. Your life's events follow a pattern and rhythm, much like the waves. Your path is shaped by every moment, every high and low, every pleasure and grief. Even when life's tides rise and fall, God promises that my plan remains constant. Take a moment to gaze up into the blackness of the night sky. There are billions of galaxies, millions of stars, and our own sun among them. In the vast expanse of the universe, each star has its own life cycle, and its light travels billions of years to reach us. These celestial bodies have inspired poets, navigators, scientists, and dreamers. They are a symbol of the limitless potential of God's creation. As you look up at the stars, remember that even in the darkest parts of your life, there is light like a leaf on a wave, and that every choice you make, every path you take, and every obstacle you encounter is intertwined with the enormous fabric of the cosmos. You may wonder your place in this magnificent design. Every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, and every ambition you follow contribute to the beauty of the cosmos. Just as a leaf fosters a wave and a star lights the sky, you too have something special to offer. According to God, our every mental and emotional activity is like a musical note in the grand cosmic symphony. It's normal to wonder what you're here for, and to feel lost in the vastness of the cosmos. However, you too are necessary for the tree's survival, in the same way that a wave is necessary for the oceans. No matter how good or bad an event is, it changes you in some way. It makes you wiser, more compassionate, and more fully embodies your character through thick and thin. God is there to console. Always keep in mind that you are a manifestation of a greater, more heavenly force. A proof of the grand design is the interdependence of all things. Everything around you, the oxygen you inhale, the soil you tread, the people you cross paths with, and the events they are all dangers in a greater story. And while you are free to choose, there is a divine hand that loves, supports, and guides you every step of the way. Your path is a symphony of free will, and the interplay between your decisions and a higher power's orchestration. Your life is a blessing and a calling, according to God. Treasure it, tend to it, and never forget its sacred nature. Pause and take in your surroundings as you go through life. As they descend, the leaves become visible. You sit and listen to the crashing of the waves, staring at the stars in their simplest form. Show us a deep truth. We are all interdependent. Everything has a purpose, and the universe is run by a magnificent plan. According to God, you are more than a bystander. You are an essential thread in the vast fabric of the cosmos. The richness and elegance of this artwork are enhanced with every step you take and decision you make as you seek your dreams. This realization serves as a gentle reminder of your value, the splendor of God's creation, and the intricate design that holds it all together. It's a strategy, brimming with boundless insight, love, and purpose. Behold, my beloved child, I am sending you signs to remind you of my love and knowledge. There is proof of a higher design, a purpose, and, most importantly, an infinite outpouring of love in everything you see in nature, from the universe to the smallest organisms on Earth. The beauty and grandeur of nature is a testimony to my creations. My confidence in God is unwavering. Pause and look at the trees, with their sturdy roots and towering stature. Every tree stretches out toward the God reminds us that trees give selflessly by converting sunlight into energy and providing us with oxygen. Flowers, with their myriad of colors, shapes and fragrances, bloom and splendor, each petal unique in its design, and work in harmony to create something beautiful. You will see my design reflected in variety, God declares. In their never-ending journeys, rivers forge their courses across mountain ranges and valleys, enriching the soil they pass through with the nutrients they carry. They bring life to everything they touch, serving as a constant reminder of God's message. Just like a river, my love for you flows through you, nourishing both your soul and those around you. The oceans, with their vast and mysterious depths, are home to a diverse array of creatures, from the smallest plankton to the most majestic whales. Every creature has a role to play in the intricate web of life that is the ocean. As sentinels, the planet is guarded by mountains whose summits reach into the sky. The majesty and might of these things testify to the steadfastness and power of God. The mountains are a constant reminder of God's presence in a person's life. God says, under the cover of night, another wonder-star galaxy in the great cosmos emerges, its wordless symphony testifying to God's boundless essence. A glimmer is God's way of communicating with the cosmos at large. You have company. In this, I wholeheartedly concur. The diversity of animal life and the ways it behaves testify to God's inventiveness. Each animal exemplifies characteristics that remind you of heavenly aspects. For example, the loyalty of a dog, the elegance of a deer, and the might of a lion. Find wisdom and reminders of my qualities in all living things, God says. As they go through their annual cycle, the seasons change the colors of the globe. Embrace the renewal and rebirth that spring provides. Warmth is a summertime perk. The reflection of the autumn herald in winter prepares the stage for God's communication of rest and contemplation via the changing seasons. See the ebb and flow of existence and the everlasting assurance of refreshing. The soothing fall of rainwater nourishes and washes away impurities. It rejuvenates dry regions and replenishes water sources like rivers and lakes. With its rhythmic pattern, my love and knowledge are renewed by God, just as the ground is renewed by rain. In the peaceful times, renew your soul. Careful listening reveals God's presence in the soft sounds of nature, such as birdsong, stream murmurs, and leaf rustling. Hear my love for you, God says, with every note in the symphony of nature's lullaby. With the break of dawn comes a new beginning. Every morning, we are reminded of God's message and encouraged to embrace the new chances that come with it. While sunsets herald both the end of an era and the dawn of a new one, their blazing hues painting the sky with hues of optimism and contemplation are a sight to see. God plants the seeds of a fresh start in every ending. In all its beauty, God's creation serves as a reflection of His love, wisdom, and presence, as well as a witness to His glory. Put yourself in its company and let yourself be absorbed. Immerse yourself in its exquisite beauty and allow it to perpetually symbolize the unbreakable tie we share, solace, teachings, and a place to reflect and connect with the divine. Await you in nature's embrace, where you may also discover knowledge and lessons. Let nature be your refuge, your compass, and a continual reminder of my eternal love and boundless knowledge. God says, in closing, my beloved child, this text serves as a gentle reminder to look for God in all things, not just religious texts or buildings, but also in the wondrous natural world around us. You are encouraged to connect, contemplate, and treasure your heavenly connection by grandeur nature, which in its simplicity is a living testimony to God's love and wisdom. Dear child, God says, speak to me. Pour out your worries, fears, dreams, and hopes in the journey of life. He explains that communication builds trust. The power of words to bring people together, warm their hearts, and foster meaningful connections is immeasurable. The best way to build relationships and increase mutual understanding is to talk to each other. You picked up the knowledge of the universe at large by conversing, inquiring, expressing emotions, and exchanging ideas. Likewise, your connection to the divine may be better understood and experienced via honest dialogue. Whenever you speak, God hears you. Every concern that you have, no matter how little, and every fear that you may be experiencing, I will listen to. No. They may be born as a group. When you bring them to God and let Him see them, you open the door for Him to provide solace, direction, and healing. Say yes to joining God's journey, and He will take care of your troubles. Anxieties are common and may have several causes, whether it's from the past, future, or current difficulties. Nevertheless, keep in mind that even a dim light may cast a long shadow. Dreams are the wings that the Spirit Source uses to guide your goals and provide meaning to your activities. God says that if you share your concerns with me, we will discover light. Dream big, God says, for when you put your faith in me, I will lead and bless you in your endeavors. Hold the soul firmly in place, guiding you when paths seem perilous and keeping you rooted while storms rage. God says, your hopes are the seeds. Share them with me, and I will help them grow. Communication is about more than just talking. It's about feeling heard and understood. When you talk to God, or even when you're silent, He comforts you. When you love and understand life, it can be overwhelming. You may feel insignificant compared to the enormity of it at times. But remember that you are God's creation. Every feeling, every idea, and every want counts. God is adamant about communicating with me in a way that is more like a toddler talking to a parent, lovingly and trustingly. True prayer is each time you open your heart and seek a relationship with God. It's not only a formal means to communicate. God elucidates every genuine statement. To me, any true feeling is a request. Sometimes it's hard to put into words how you feel. At certain moments, nothing more than the heart's wordless language will do. Even when we don't speak, God says our spirits are still talking to one another. Rather than passing judgment or making demands, the divine embraces, loves, and understands. This is the beauty of divine communication. God has told me that my love is unconditional. Therefore, I encourage you to be genuine, open, and honest. Although every person's relationship with God is different, the scriptures, observances, and traditions may help you along the way. You know, it's the little things. Throughout our interactions, God says, I don't seek perfection, I seek sincerity. This is a very personal and meaningful exchange. When you're not sure of what's ahead, it could be difficult to find solutions. On the other hand, keep in mind that God hears your every word. In this enormous universe, filled with billions of individuals, I may not always grant your desires, but I will always supply what you need. God assures, you are one of a kind in every way. Your voice, your emotions, and your life experiences. As you travel the many roads of life, may you always remember that God sees your uniqueness as a blessing that should be treasured and shared. Remember, you're always supported. You may reach the divine at any time. It is always willing to listen and provide guidance. My beloved child, God ends our delight and grief in heaven and my misery on earth. Trust, love, and an everlasting bond are at the heart of what we communicate when we speak with one another. You are reminded of the importance of divine connection with these words. Building a connection, cultivating trust, and tending to the soul are more important than just finding answers or benefits. My darling, my anchor, my compass. That is what God advises you should use. I am with you at all times, loving you with unending knowledge and a love that has no bounds. There are quiet patches and stormy patches in life's enormous ocean. In the midst of the crashing seas of difficulty and constant flux, there is a compass, an anchor, and a guiding star that point to God's omnipresent knowledge and love. When you're not sure which way to turn, the compass can point you in the right direction. In times of uncertainty, may my love and teachings serve as a beacon, leading you to the path of justice and truth, says God. An anchor stands for steadiness during moments of uncertainty, when everything seems to be spinning out of control. Having an anchor to hold on to keeps you firmly planted and from straying too far from your center. In times of trouble, God provides solace. Allow my love and presence to be the rock upon which you may rest. Even in the darkest of times, there is a guiding light to help find one's way and return home safely. In the depths of your despair, may my light shine like a beacon, leading you to safety and reassuring you that you are never really alone, as God says. There are options in life At this crossroads, one must decide upon a course of action. It's natural to feel stressed out if you are ever at a loss for what to do. God says to look to my teachings as a compass. They will point you in the correct direction, where your actions will be consistent with love and virtue. Life is full of challenges. When faced, they put your faith, resilience, and strength to the test. Anxiety and unsteadiness are normal reactions to hardship. In spite of all this, God is reassuring. May the stability of my presence be a source of strength for you. With my unwavering support, you'll embrace the challenge and come out on top. Dark evenings, times of despair, and periods of isolation are inevitable. Looking up and finding the guiding light of my love is what God says when hope seems eloquent, but the route ahead is uncertain. The truth is that everyone's life journey is different. We all learn and grow from our own experiences, and this knowledge will illuminate your road and remind you that hope is never far away. Whatever your circumstances, one thing is certain: God's love and knowledge are continuous and unending. No matter what you're going through, know that I am at your side, offering guidance and love. Remember that God's presence is not dependent on emotion. It is an everlasting fact. There will be times when you feel disconnected from the divine, when the link seems faint. Beloved, even though you feel far away, I am nearer to you than the beating of your own heart while you strive for earthly success. God says, we risk losing touch with the divine and our spiritual bearings if we let ourselves. Avoid becoming so disoriented by worldly pursuits that you lose sight of God's guiding light. The Bible says, the bonds of my affection endure. Never lose your footing, and always let my love be your compass. You may deepen your connection to the divine and build your tie with it every day by praying and seeking advice. Let the dawn serve as a symbol of my love for you, as God encourages with each passing daybreak. Every day that ends in a sunset, may it be a reminder that you followed the divine compass. There is a continual love and direction from God, even if the world and life are full of change and uncertainty. God says, my darling, as you journey through life's ups and downs, may my love be your anchor, may my being be your compass, my knowledge, your compass, and my beer, your compass. Always know that I am here for you. You are reminded of the divine's unfaltering presence in your life by these words: in the presence of God's love, knowledge, and direction, you will never be really alone. This is more than just a soothing idea. It is a deep reality. Respond with yes, as I have faith in God's plan. There are many occasions in life. God says to his beloved child, there are times when you just can't help but beam with delight and satisfaction. Simply put, life is a collection of moments. These instances weave into one another. Create the lovely fabric of your life, where every thread reveals a tale. Every design mirrors a face, and everyone expresses an emotion. A moment of happiness is like a brilliant patchwork quilt. In these moments, you get a glimpse of paradise. Your heart feels light, and laughing flows easily. God grins at these times. There are many different kinds of joyous occasions, such as birthdays, anniversaries, the arrival of a new baby, or even just the splendor of a sunset. We are reminded by God to cherish these times, for those are the presents I provide to you, so that you may be uplifted and reminded of the wonders of life. But there will be dark times, too, when you will feel uncertainty, sadness, and agony. They stand for the difficulties one faces and the lessons one learns along the way. Even at difficult times, God is consoling you. Please know that I am right here with you, supporting you and showing you the way. You grow, change, and gain wisdom in the face of adversity. They instill perseverance, serenity, and trust. God guarantees every difficulty. Anguish serves a greater purpose. You are molded by me through them. Shape your character and set you up for future happiness. Take some time to sit quietly and let your mind wander, allowing yourself to connect with God and the solutions to life's mysteries. In these quiet times, we meet deep inside, ready to have a conversation about the love that leads to those transcendent, boundary-breaking, blessing, connecting moments when the heart experiences an overpowering feeling and our souls feel connected. Love is my essence, says God. And when you love, you mirror me. You connect with God. Moments of transition also occur in life, such as when we move to a new location, enter a new chapter of our lives, say goodbye to someone, or start again. Every transition is guided by God. Embrace the opportunities that come your way so you may develop, learn, and progress. Then there are times when you're alone yourself, but not lonely. Such times are perfect for reflecting, healing, and recharging your faith in God. Quietly, you are never really alone. I am present among the tranquility, calmness, and lack of sound. Every second is a whirlwind, a shadow that shapes before the next. Yet everyone is important and has a purpose. The key to a fulfilled life, according to God, is savoring every moment to the fullest. Even when you feel your faith slipping and your road seems cloudy, know that the divine light is there to lead the way. God says that when we doubt, we should go inside, seek his light, and then we will see clearly. Unpredictability is a hallmark of life. In the unpredictable tapestry of life, what brings us delight today may turn out to be a source of difficulty tomorrow. Each and every moment, good or bad, is a stroke of the brush that paints your life's masterpiece, according to God. They construct an exquisite work of art. In unison, though fleeting, moments leave an indelible mark on our lives. Every experience, the good, the bad, the love, the lessons, influences, defines, and guides you. According to God, my beloved child, savor every moment, because it is where you will find the wonder, wisdom, and divine presence of life. These lines serve as a poignant reminder of how each passing second, filled with feeling, wisdom, and memory, adds to the tale. God says, "My darling child, your trip on earth is packed with lessons," emphasizing the need to make the most of each moment. There are many different kinds of beast teachings, obstacles, chances, connections, and encounters. Life is a school, and you play the role of both instructor and pupil. There are fresh chances to learn and develop, new problems to solve, and fresh things to study every day. God says that there is a lesson to be learned from any circumstance if one takes the time to look for it. Difficulties are the true tests of character. They force you to grow, adapt, and at times, crumble. Indeed, it is in the face of adversity that one's fortitude, perseverance, and integrity are fortified. Instead of wondering why, God says to look for the lesson when things become tough. God says that every opportunity, whether seized or passed up, has a lesson for those who trust in His time. Growth opportunities are gifts from God that allow us to develop, discover, and experience new things, no matter how unexpected. Seize every chance, since they will all teach you something valuable, even if they don't bring you where you were hoping. As we get older, the connections we have with others reflect our true selves. Your strengths and flaws are reflected in them. Through encounters, arguments, love and loss, relationships teach us both the highs and lows of life. And the lessons that God has for every one of us are deep. Life's experiences, both good and tragic, teach us valuable lessons about love, patience, forgiveness, and self-forgiveness. They color our memories, shape our choices, and form who we are. There is a lesson in every event, no matter how large or little, and God stresses this point constantly. Embrace every moment to the fullest, because they are all lessons and lessons to come. At times, you will be forced by life into circumstances where the way forward seems dim and the future is unpredictable, even if you're terrified. There are many things God can teach you in the unknown at these times. A newfound sense of bravery, trust, and optimism will emerge inside you. The unknown may be a great teacher if you learn to embrace it. There will be happy moments when you're filled with delight and your heart feels light. These instances also possess their lessons from God. Savor the moment, be thankful, treasure what you have, and remember that life is fleeting. Sadness, loss, and grief are inevitable parts of life. Among the most difficult lessons in life are these. In times of sadness, God comforts you. Emotions are profound, memories are priceless, and time is a healer. All of these things you discover about yourself. Even if they hurt, these experiences teach you valuable lessons that enrich your life. There is a great deal of variety in the world's cultures, beliefs, and customs. Engaging with such variety teaches you something. God tells us to study the world around us from. Embrace diversity. Learn to appreciate its breadth and variety, and you will discover that there is strength in numbers. Even the most little events, like a falling leaf, a child's giggle, or a helping hand, may teach us profound truths at times. God teaches us significant truths in the most ordinary ways. Wisdom may be found in the most mundane things if you take the time to observe and ponder. No matter how simple or difficult a lesson may be, it is necessary that we learn it, since life is full of challenges. Every lesson is a rung on the spiritual ladder, and God stresses that if you climb it, you'll get closer to the truth of God. There are many lessons to be learned from the cycle of free will decisions and the repercussions they bring. There is a lesson waiting for you in every decision God directs. Carefully consider your options, and if you make a mistake, try to learn from it. There is one constant in life, despite the fact that it is full of surprises, sun and rain, pleasure and sorrow. The teachings it imparts are everlasting, according to God. My darling, as you go through life, collect these lessons and keep them because they are the riches of your earthly experience. You come to understand, with these words, that life, with all its complexities, is a path of constant learning. There is a chance to learn, develop, and evolve in every moment, through every difficulty and through every delight. And as you gain wisdom, you get closer to comprehending the meaning of life. The angels in my life predict that the next thing I do for you and your loved ones will be absolutely incredible, full of healing blessings and favors. Please keep these 4 points in mind, and I say amen. God declares with a resounding voice, I will prepare a path for you, and I will fight your battles. If you're sick, pray 3 times a day. Have faith in a timely manner. The greatest way to calm a racing heart is to pray. So if you believe in God's timetable, do that when you feel your pulse pounding. In this, I wholeheartedly concur. Bye, my dear. Even though we may never fully understand life, we can trust God and try to make sense of it. Yes, if you're a believer, I will grant you strength. God promises, even when you feel like you can't go on, I will bring you delight. Feel terrified when we are afraid and unclear about how to navigate life's storms. These words that Jesus addressed to his followers have immense importance and may provide comfort. Despite the difficulties we face, Jesus tells us to be strong because he is leading us. If you think Jesus is joyful, you should subscribe to our channel. These very moving words encourage us to change our outlook, to choose optimism over pessimism, and to discover resilience in the face of hardship. They show us that there is hope, even when things seem hopeless. Jesus is a beacon of hope, an inspiration to laugh, and a wellspring of happiness, urging us to maintain an optimistic and resolute demeanor, understanding that the difficulties we encounter do not characterize us, but rather our reaction to them. In these 3 words, Jesus gives us assurance of his presence, his never-ending love, and his direction from above. No matter how lonely or alone we may feel, he is always there to provide a helping hand. Knowing that we are never really alone for our Creator might provide comfort, even in the midst of our uncertainties and concerns. The cosmos is an integral part of our lives. It knows everything about our problems and is prepared to provide us with mercy. Form, aim, and get over your fear if you want to accept God's grace. The future holds many unknowns and uncertainties, and it is human nature to be afraid of them. However, Jesus, in his boundless knowledge and compassion, tells us to let go of our anxieties and put our confidence in him. Instead of being anxious, worried, or doubtful, he wants us to put our trust in his divine providence. When we release our fears, we make room so that faith may thrive. Jesus teaches us a tremendous lesson in one simple phrase. Fear cannot control us when we believe in him. One empowers us to move forward with bravery and confidence. He assures us that he alone can still the tempests, establish order in the midst of anarchy, and unlock the door to our freedom. When we have Jesus as our rock, we can face life's storms with confidence, knowing that he will lead us to safety. Terrifying news seems to bombard us constantly these days. It is simple to feel helpless and afraid when we hear about world catastrophes, our own problems, and the unknowns that surround us every day. Nevertheless, even in the face of these difficulties, the words of Jesus resound, encouraging us to have hope and to seek refuge in him. If you ask me, following his teachings is like drawing on an unbreakable spring of power. When we remember that we are not going through this alone, we are able to confront our concerns directly. trusting that Jesus is in charge, even when everything around us seems to be falling apart, brings us calm. As we go through life, let us listen to what Jesus has to say, especially when things seem hopeless. He has conquered the world, and we can do the same. Keep your spirits up. I think so. I will not be frightened. May these words stay with us, a constant reminder of the strength that comes from believing, the comfort that comes from knowing He is with us, and the victory that love has over fear. We pray that they will shine a light when we need it most, envelop us in comfort when we're down, and never let us forget how much they love us. Dear to the heart of our Redeemer from afar, Jesus Christ saves us. Accept these words with all your heart. They give you the strength to persevere, the courage to face your fear, the courage to face your fears, and the unshakable belief that Jesus is with you to overcome any challenge. Despite the difficulties you may face, remember that Jesus is by your side, leading the way and illuminating your steps in a world that might seem chaotic and unpredictable at times. We are invited by Jesus. He is the rock that holds us solid while the waves crash around us, and being in His company brings us peace whenever we feel overwhelmed by anxiety. His words resound inside us, urging us to let go of our anxieties and put our faith in Him. Type, please. God. Have no fear if you put your faith in Jesus. He overcame the worst human agony and came out on top, giving us everlasting hope and redemption. When we seek refuge in Him, we can confidently confront the challenges of life. We may remain steadfast in the knowledge that Jesus is our guardian and defender, no matter how fierce the storms and seas may be. However, Jesus' message is more than just comfort. It is a summons to action. His teachings encourage us to take risks and embrace a life marked by love, hope, and faith. Being cheerful is a choice we make. It allows us to shine the love of God into the world and gives hope to those who are struggling. When things become tough, keep in mind that we are not defined by our problems, but by how we deal with them. Difficulties not only test our mettle, but also strengthen our faith. We can persevere through hardship by holding on to Jesus' teachings. The ability to persevere in the face of adversity and the insight to make sense of life's twists and turns are within our reach. Let us keep these sayings of Jesus close to our hearts, letting them change our view and refresh our souls. By being there for one another with an open mind, a helpful hand, and a sympathetic ear, we may help disseminate a message of optimism and encouragement. We want to be He is a personification of Jesus' love in a society that utterly needs it. Dear reader, amid whatever you're going through right now, type Amen if you needed this. Find solace in what Jesus said. Keep your spirits up. I think so. Have no fear. Take a deep breath and feel the happiness that comes from knowing how much someone loves and values you. Allow His presence to calm you and clear your thoughts. These words inspire and reaffirm your strength. May they kindle a spark of hope inside you. Accept and overcome the difficulties that arise in your life, because they are opportunities to develop and change if you follow Jesus. Be joyful, my friend, and let the love of Jesus shine through you. He has given you the strength to face any challenge and find the rich life He has planned for you. Regardless of the challenges you encounter, know that Jesus is with you, providing His love, strength, and unfaltering love. May your life be a testimony to His grace, mercy, and love that never fails. Here with you, my darling, sending you blessings from above.